Before we get started on Please Select Your Podcast episode, whatever it is, I wanted to tell you guys about something we're going to start doing with these Please Select Your Podcast. While the podcast is going on, obviously you just listen to us talk, and you generally don't have anything to stare at the screen other than the pretty drawings. Do we still use the pretty drawings?
For the most part, yeah, but they're all the same.
Right. So what we've decided to do, since we want to help out the LPing community and get people within our community that post on our forums some sort of exposure, the first few minutes of the podcast you'll want to watch because what we'll do is we will take Let's Players that put their stuff in the proper place on our Please Select Your Podcast forums. There's a place where you can say, hey, I'm doing an LP, come check me out, etc., etc. We're going to kind of basically show you guys through captions some of these people and some of what they do, so that if you're looking for a new Let's Player and you see one that you like, maybe you can go check it out.
Adopt a Let's Player today. Just remember, 5 seconds of your time could feed a Let's Player for 2 months.
Hey everyone, quick note, I'm actually trying to put together this list that I was just talking about right now, and occurred to me that I should probably tell you guys, if you're interested in being on that list when we do the podcast, how you should do it. There's going to be a section in the Please Select Your Podcast part of the Please Select Your Forums. I know that sounds a little confusing, but there'll be a part to post LPs, like, to promote your LPs. Now, the only requirements, we're not a quality check or anything like that. We don't care if you're good or bad, because everyone's trying to get better, and that's the whole point. The only qualifications I have is that the LP be pretty well along. Let's say, at least, depending on the game, maybe 20%, 30% through the game, maybe a few hours, basically more than just 4 or 5 videos. Enough so that if someone wants to watch this LP, there's enough there for them to really sink their teeth into, not just a few episodes and that's it. Because a lot of times someone will start an LP, do 4 episodes, and then give up. And I want to make sure that if we're putting LPs on here, these are LPs that you're dedicated to and committed to. So if you really want to promote your LP, but you're only, say, like a few episodes in, hey, just pump out a few more episodes, and when you get them out there, here's what you do. Go to the forum. Just, you can start a new post. You can post, who you are, like your YouTube name, what the name of the LP is, and if you could, post a link to the playlist. That'll make it the easiest for me. So if you could do that, then golden, and I'll make sure to get it on the list with every Please Select Your Podcast. All right, everyone? And if you have already submitted an LP to the list, but you've started another one, or you want to promote another one, that's fine. The only reason you wouldn't get submitted to the list is if I'm having trouble with space or time constraints, and I need to promote people who haven't promoted anything at all. Okay? All right. Great, grand, wonderful. Bye.
Don't pretend you're classy, Kriana.
But,
so welcome to Please Select Your Podcast.
Yo,
We're going to
bitches!
talk about a bunch of shit today. All right. Fasten your asses. Here it comes. All right.
Fasten your ass.
I've never done that before. I kind of want to try.
That sounds so painful.
I'm a little afraid to.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Please Select Your Podcast, an informative podcast where we help you Let's Play and enjoy it. Today, we are joined by Inferno.
Hello.
By Squee.
Hey.
Who's apparently a duck. And then by Piff. Squee and Inferno have been doing research on partnerships. So what do you guys want to say about that? What are your opinions on what's going on with that?
Do you want to go first, Squee, or shall I?
Sure, I can. Yeah, you know what? You go first, because I really am not quite sure where to start.
Okay, well, this is the important thing to talk about, is about this trend on YouTube on partnerships. In my opinion, one of the biggest problems with Let's Playing games, especially very popular games or ones that recently come out, is copyright issues. If it's not copyright from the video content, it's copyright from the music that accompanies, the video, in the game, in-game music. And a lot of LPers who aren't affiliated with any sort of partnership or anything like that, they get dinged. And their content can't be released, it's blocked in some countries, or you get a copyright strike altogether. Although, technically, Let's Playing is kind of it falls under fair use in the fact of not-for-profit and, for criticism and education. It's still a very touchy subject, especially on YouTube. So partnership, aligning yourself with a group that says, hey, listen, we're talking to game companies. We have an agreement with game companies that says, yes, you can show their material if you give them some of your ad revenue. So that's what why at least myself and a few others are kind of drifting towards the partnership route, not only for the sake of getting some income, some very modest income for what we do, but more along the lines of, hey, listen, if we're part of a bigger whole, we can actually do our hobby without having to worry about the copyright police bashing down our door.
I just want to ask you a question, because I know I'm pretty sure we talked about this briefly in a previous episode where we were talking about if we made money, not podcasting. God knows we'd make nothing, but for Let's Playing, you seemed pretty adamant on the whole, not doing that.
Yep.
So why the change of heart?
The change of heart was the copyright stuff, to tell you the truth. I'd be a horrible hypocrite and liar who would say, a couple of $100 extra a month, wouldn't be appreciated. But it was mostly just the copyright stuff, honestly. The more and more I've been LPing, the more stuff my things are getting flagged. Mm-hmm. The more things I have to do to edit to get around it. It's frustrating. It makes things slower. I don't like it, and I'm not crazy about the whole, let's stick our ads in front of everything of YouTube, and I honestly don't think you should just go along if that's what the times. There's still some very stalwart beacons of independence found in, like, say, Grimmeth or Variax, or people like that. But what also changed things was when I had a significant car accident, and I needed assistance with my financial deductible, because that was right around Christmas time. And I asked for some help, and people gave it to me. And that pretty much boiled down to e-begging. And it left a really bad taste in my mouth. And I thought, if I'm going to use my participation in the community to make any sort of money, for whatever the reason, it should be through the right routes. It should be advertisers that pay for it, not individual people.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Not only does it make sense, I want to add in there that you aren't the only one. I did something like that, very, very similar, like at the beginning of the summer, and it left the same bad taste in my mouth as well.
I just don't like it. So I figure, even these 30-second ads aren't really fully 30 seconds, because YouTube has a feature where after the first 3 seconds you can just skip it. And then there are also tech-savvy people who just have an ad blocker. So I feel that there are routes to... The advertising isn't as invasive as it was originally. So that's why. I hope I don't seem like, too much of a hypocrite, but I just gotta be honest.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a change of heart, especially now, then versus now. I mean, even though we're doing this podcast, there's still a lot that we as Let's Players are still kind of treading carefully, learning new things, looking at things differently based on what we've done in the past. We're evolving.
But if I had to put it in percentage, the change of heart is 70% the copyright headache and 30% getting revenue the right way, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to get your viewpoint on the change of heart, so people were aware of it, that it's not you just suddenly being like, oh no, this is okay.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Yeah.
What about you, Squee? What's your input on this?
Okay, a lot of it mirrors his own. So I won't tread over new ground. I'll just concentrate on a part that he didn't cover. Something that occurred to me when I started looking at this. My big my two big aversions to going to partnership was I didn't like making people watch commercials or advertisements. It can be an annoyance. However, I came to the conclusion of if the trade-off is, and of course the viewers seem to be in very much agreement of this, if they have to watch commercials but they get twice the content, they're more than happy to do that. And in doing a partnership, I can take it more seriously and get up more content. So it's kind of a trade-off that most people are more than happy to make. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, something that I came to a realization to, my other big aversion to it was I felt like the old saying, when your hobby becomes your profession.
Yeah.
You know, and there's this stigma that if your hobby becomes your profession, it might turn into a chore. You might not, you know, it might change. And I was always kind of adverse to that. And then it hit me one day that, you know, I'd been trying to make my hobby my profession for years. I mean, I love history. It's my hobby. I've been going to school to try and make that my career. In fact, most people would love to turn and try to turn their hobbies and interests into a career. Mm-hmm. And I thought about it, and when I thought about it, I said, well, why do I look at LPing any differently than that? The simple truth is, if it became a profession, and honestly, I use that term very loosely because, you know, unless you're huge, it's not going to be your profession.
Never, yeah.
But if you start making money from it and you look at it as like a profession, part-time job, whatever, sure, it may become a bit of a chore. You know, you may start to feel like, God, I really got to record some stuff today. But the simple truth is that any worse than saying, God, I really got to go to work today? No, of course not. It's still going to be 100 times better than that. Go ahead.
The big thing is how you approach it, right? If you start to see your audience as ways for you to make money, then I think that's a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think any of us, you know, thinking about partnership are thinking, oh, lots of money, because I think we're all aware of how much realistically, it would be.
You really don't get much.
And so, like,
cents on the dollar.
I think it depends definitely on your viewpoint. If you're a Let's Player and you're thinking about partnership, what really your priorities are.
It really struck me when I thought about it in the form of, like, you know, for example, me going for my history major. You know, I don't do that for the money. I don't look at it as, ooh, a way to get money. I mean, sure, it's nice that it can be a career, but I do it because I love history. Yeah. And I look at this the exact same way. I'm not doing it just so that I can make money. I'm doing it because it's something I really enjoy doing, and this would make me take it more seriously. Yeah. Give me that extra push that would allow me to do more content, better content, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So as long as you maintain that positive attitude towards it, it's a win-win for everyone, with the exception of those people that, you know, are absolutely allergic to ads.
Yeah, I know. Then their faces swell up and their necks turn into balloons. It's a really messy situation.
Yeah, Mozilla Firefox has a great cure for that, though. It's called ad block.
Yeah, it's basically, there's this huge stigma around it, kind of like the idea that you're selling out or that you're changing who you are. And while I'm sure there are some people who do that, I don't think that any of us or anyone who really has a love for LPing is in danger of doing that. Not really.
Yeah, you don't get in the. Trust me, if you want to get into something to make money, there are much more easier routes than Let's Playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You get into the hobby because you're passionate about it. Yeah.
So, yep.
Piff, any thoughts on partnership?
Shoot, I have so many I kind of lost track. Let me try to think of it. Oh God, no, it's all coming up blank.
Okay. Well, feel free to jump in if you know that the engine starts firing again. Oh God, that sounded so horrible.
If your engines start firing again, feel free to jump on board the Inferno train.
Just stay away from the caboose.
Means his ass. For those of you who don't know what that means.
Thank you for spelling that out.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Well, just to touch in the way is you know, I was saying before, there are ways. I mean, if you have a philosophy where you don't believe in saying, "Hey, please comment, rate, subscribe," right? Like, with all due respect, commenting isn't going to get more people to watch your videos. Liking actually isn't going to get anyone to watch your videos. And subscribing, although people will see your stuff, also is not a guaranteed for people to watch your stuff, right? There are many unwatched videos on people's subscription feeds. So that doesn't mean like we have to obviously change our tactics just because an ad is playing in the front of our videos. Doesn't mean I know one thing for sure. I'll never still say please comment, rate, subscribe.
Ugh.
I'm never gonna stick annotations on my videos. I'm never gonna make like I'm never gonna change the length of my videos. I'm not gonna make them into little 10-minute snippets instead of the 30-minute snippets that I do, just so I can get more ads on and that type of thing.
Well, to be fair, some of us don't have a choice, but.
Well, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no. But what we're referring to is there's a lot of people that will release 30-minute videos and partner. All of a sudden, everything's 10 minutes long.
Yeah, everything's just 10 minutes long.
If you do it for other reasons, that's fine. It's all the motivation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like Variax has always uploaded 10-minute videos because that's what he prefers, and since he's never going to become a partner anyway, it's a non-issue. But
the thing is that it's so apparent. I mean, I know they think they're being sneaky, but everyone knows.
No one's stupid. You know, we're smart people. We can put 2 and 2 together. Right. So that's the thing. You know, just sticking a little advert on the front of your video, just to keep away the copyright and make yourself a little money, isn't going to change the world, really. Not at all. I'm not going to be sticking face cams in the top right-hand corner of all my Let's Plays anymore or anything like that. Nothing's going to change. If anything, like you said, Squee, it will just increase the volume because you have more of an incentive, and I don't know. It's just more exciting.
Right. I mean, the only things that might change is the volume, the number of things I can make, maybe the number of streams I can do, and possibly like my equipment might get better over time. And that's about it.
See, that's another thing too, right? Think of it as an investment into that hobby. Because goodness knows the money that you're making, it's not going to be enough for hookers or blow. Oh, okay. That is a Piff.
He's going to talk about hookers and blow?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
No Piff. Giant stoner.
So,
we all know.
I know you guys know about blow, but let me tell you about hookers.
Oh, God.
All right, sweet. You're talking about Destiny? Destiny's a great hooker. Anyways.
Focus!
The whole thing about earning money in 2 different ways, about either you guys asked people for money because you were at troubled times and so on and so forth, and getting money through this. I kind of see your guys' like point of view when saying you'd rather get it through ad revenue, because if I put myself in the same spot, it isn't particularly exactly that, but it feels like you're earning it.
Yeah.
The other way is mostly given to you, but the people giving you money would probably be like, no, you did earn it. Like, I'm giving you money because I feel that you deserve this money. And both of them are pretty much true, that like they wouldn't be giving you money if they didn't feel you'd have to motivate them to have you get their money. So it's not like you just kind of were a bum on the street and just like, hey, money. They're like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
But I can easily see like the work that you put in, and you're getting something back for that direct work. Like, you can actually see where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a faceless, cynical corporation. It's people that you communicate with and directly interact with, and it's from their choice. I can see that too. Yeah. Yeah,
and the thing is you're absolutely right. It's not, because I had so many viewers tell me, and the logic made perfect sense of, I'd rather pay you $5 a month than pay cable, and I watch you more than cable. I've heard that before, and I even do that. I mean, I feel that way about certain LPers. Like, I probably watch, Inferno or Piff or any of you three or Variax more than I ever watch TV. So, I understand the reasoning behind it. To me, though, it seems like watching a commercial is different than giving me your own resources.
Yeah, the only thing we're asking for is time compared to,
Well, and another
cash.
way to look at it too is that it's not just one individual giving you, money versus, just, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Like, with having an ad, it would be time. It would be everyone would have to give a certain amount of time to watch the ad, assuming you don't have ad blocker, versus someone out of, your subscription or viewers that give you the money. It's and the rest just getting, nothing. They're still viewing it. I'm not wording this correctly, but it makes sense in my mind, and that's all that really matters. So,
The unicorn in my brain escaped with my idea.
Probably, but I can't figure out how to word it. But it seems more fair, I guess. That
everyone is being a part, rather than just a few people picking up the slack.
Yeah,
and I didn't think of it that way either. That there was always those people that said, I really want to contribute, but I can't just because I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they would even prefer this because they feel like all they have to do is watch an ad and they can be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at, very indirectly.
Because I've had so many people when I announced this, supportive people saying, you know what, I'm taking ad blocker off because I want to support, and now I feel like I can, which makes me. By the way, this whole process makes me so humbled, so humbled that there's so many people out there going, that they agree. I was half expecting you've changed.
Yeah. A lot of backlash. Yeah, me too.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I think we cut you off, Piff. Sati, you were saying?
No.
Oh. Well, then we cut off your no.
No!
Anything else anyone wants to bring up in regards to partnerships?
No, I think that's a pretty good introduction to what we kind of wanted to talk. It's been a long day.
Your brain is a crazy place. I want to vacation there.
I want to digress for a second. Apparently, yesterday at work, guys, I was singing the song from Willy Wonka, the boat scene where he's on the boat. And he's just like, it's all creepy and like weird, and he was singing to himself. Apparently, I was
talking new or old Willy Wonka.
Old Willy Wonka. Like the 70s, like where it's all messed up.
Classic.
Apparently, I was singing that to myself yesterday, and I have no memory of this. So what I say tonight is anyone's guess. I'm just so completely gone. I don't know why. My brain is just not here. But let's continue.
She might randomly spout her social security number. So keep those pencils ready.
It's 8675309.
Wait, that's Tommy Two-Tone.
What? All right, shall I continue to the next topic point?
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Guys.
What?
You're my partnerships.
Aww.
Internet.
One more thing we should cover before we move on, just in case this is new to anyone. We are planning to, like Inferno and I and Kriana, when her channel's been there the 30 days and all that, we plan on doing this as a unit so that we have a support group. Mm-hmm. So and it'll be really interesting to be able to give you guys I don't know about weekly, but certainly updates on the process and how it goes, whatever we're allowed to tell, because I know there's certain things that you can't contractually you're obligated not to say exactly how much you make, but we can definitely tell you, give you an in-depth look of what we had to go through and what it was required and all that stuff, and so that'll be something interesting to talk about on the podcast. We're guinea pigs.
Yep.
Squeak.
Yep. Squeaking.
Squeak, squeaker.
Oh my god. All right. So the next thing is something I brought up a while ago. What happened to me is I got a message from an indie developer, and it seemed like a mass kind of message, but I don't know. I was on the list, and it was for a Steam code, and they were like, hey, if you're looking for something to Let's Play, why don't you give our game a chance? And they actually gave me the game, and I downloaded it onto my computer, and it was a real Steam code. But that brings up a point, whether is it morally, Let's Play morally acceptable to accept a game from a developer? Because we're always talking about how, we're Let's Playing because we love the game. Mm-hmm. Is it acceptable to accept a game and then Let's Play it based on that, oh, they gave me this game, I feel like I should play it even if I'm not really that into it. And I mean, I have my own viewpoints, but I kind of want to, before I talk, I want to hear what you guys think about that.
May I?
Yes.
You may.
All right. In that situation, I would probably respond thusly. I would eagerly download it, see what the game's all about, and either way, either if I would do a Let's Play of it, or the other option where I'm going to bring up, I would thank them and so on and so forth, but here are the two options that I would most likely do. It would be either Let's Playing if I really enjoyed the game, like if so off chance that you do actually really enjoy the game and you would like to Let's Play it, Let's Play it. But if you don't particularly like it, or you're not comfortable with it, or whatever your reason is, I think the best route is just kind of go like, hey guys, I got this game from an indie developer. He wanted me to Let's Play it, and it's you should check it out for yourself or something like that. Like give them like a small like a blip or something like that.
Shout out.
Yeah.
No. Interesting.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I did something a little like this once, but I don't know if it really counts. I did the fan-made Mass Effect Chronicles game. I LP'd that, and they kind of asked if I would, and I said, and of course, you know, I love the Mass Effect, and I took a look at it. It seemed really interesting, so I did Let's Play the alpha, and really enjoyed it. But that one's a little different because that's not really a developer. That's not really something made for money. That's a labor of love, and that's, you know, a little bit different.
Still the same concept.
It is still the same concept. You're right. My thinking of it is, I don't see a problem with it as long as you are either you do it like Piff suggested, like either you download it, play it privately first, and if you like it, LP it. If you don't, then not. Or you just be brutally honest about it. I don't see a problem with a developer handing me a game and me LPing it. I see a problem with a developer handing me a game, me LPing it, and me feeling like I should say good things about it just because they gave me the game.
Right.
If they're giving me the game, I mean, it's not like we're not both getting something out of this. They're getting free advertising and maybe a free good review, hopefully, on their part. I'm getting Let's Play material. But as long as I'm honest about it, and as long as they understand, and I would probably make it very clear, I'd be like, look, I'll accept this, but please understand that, you know, if I Let's Play, either I'll play this first, and if I don't like it, I won't Let's Play it, and you need to be okay with that, or I'll Let's Play it blind, but you have to be okay with me telling you it sucks if it sucks. As long as you kind of stick to your guns in that matter, I don't see anything morally wrong about it, and I definitely don't see anyone giving you too hard a time because, you know, who's going to say you sold out when you're sitting there going, this game was horrible?
True. True.
You know, if you turn out really liking the game, then again, on the other hand, if you turn out really liking the game, then, you know, I would think that the developer deserved the exposure because I really enjoy supporting games I like. So I would be careful about it, and I would probably tell them before I accept this. Well, first of all, you know, if it doesn't sound like anything I have any interest in whatsoever, I just say no, thank you. But if it sounds like something I might have interest in, I would say, you know, before I accept this, understand that either A, I do not guarantee I will Let's Play this, and B, if I Let's Play it, I do not guarantee that I will say nice things about it.
Yeah.
And if they're fine with that, then sure.
Cool. My reaction to it's a little bit more reserved because I see a potential conflict, which is the essence of Let's Playing and then what developers are trying to achieve. This is a really interesting tactic, especially by independent developers, because they don't have the resources, the advertising resources, like really large game companies have. They can't buy advertisements everywhere. They can't buy commercial space. They can't buy buzz. They can't do anything. And they're seeing a community on the internet that really loves gaming for gaming's sake. And they say, well, why can't... And a lot of success of other indie games have just kind of passed on in like a word of mouth through the Let's Playing community and then to the public at large. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with them saying, hey, you know, it's very similar to being like game developers saying, hey, here's a free demo of our game. Download it, try it out, and if you like it, come on, buy the full thing. This is kind of the next step in that, in just having people who let's play games kind of be the promotional material for you. The conflict I see is that let's playing should never really be about promotion, and I'm really adamant on that. It should be enjoying a game and showing it off and playing with other people.
Well,
And
I'm sorry. I have a question just to clarify.
Okay.
What about when you LP a game you love in order to promote it or show it off? Isn't that promotion?
No, I was just about to get into that.
My apologies.
The idea is that playing a game and being like, and that's another appeal too. Is like maybe a game that you grew up with and just love. A lot of people haven't heard of. And you'd be like, hey guys, check out this game. This is why it's fun. This is why I'm enjoying playing it. I'm going to demonstrate to you why I love this game. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and approaching it the way Piff and Squee have, I think, is a very rational, response. I think the big important thing to do is just realize that as a Let's Player, you're not obligated to do any of this, right? You're not a tool of another developer, regardless of whether they're independent or huge. As long as you come from it from a genuine place, it's fine. But, there's still a little, bad taste in my mouth when kind of seeing a hobby like Let's Playing kind of being used in a more promotional sense. But then, on the other hand, our hobby is also being used by YouTube to make revenue for ad space. So, I mean... there's only so far that you can be like, oh, I don't really like it. So, yeah, that's my point, I guess.
All right. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm a little bit more lenient. But the way I saw it, and I guess this goes for not even like newer games. If you get a new game and you're excited and you think you kind of want to Let's Play, but you're not sure. I know with me, whenever I Let's Play something, it's what I focus on, and all my other Let's Plays is something I focus on. So trying to start a new Let's Play in the middle of other Let's Plays is kind of difficult to do. And if you get like a game all of a sudden and they're like, here, try it out. My kind of solution to that was to, if anything, do like a let's test out this game sort of thing. Like, give it 15 minutes, record it. If you have a good time, upload it, do whatever you want. But just to kind of just test the water. It's not necessarily doing a whole Let's Play of it. But I don't know. I guess for me, there's a lot of work that goes into developing a game. And I do feel, maybe not to promote them, but to kind of show respect to developers that, you put a lot of effort into this. And if you're looking for the word to get out, even if it's, what Piff said, a shout out, it's at least something, to kind of, and, maybe someone will see and be like, hey, I like that type of game. I'll play it, even if it's not particularly my cup of tea. But I don't know. I guess I'm not so much looking at it as promotion as it is kind of, I guess it's kind of like how viewers look to, like, Let's Players, kind of how Let's Players look to developers in my eye. It's kind of like I'm not doing it because I'm trying to promote you, but I'm doing it because you do.
I support you. There's a difference between promotion and
right,
support.
Exactly. That's I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is I'm not I wouldn't do it. If it's a game I hate, I probably would just give a shout out, because the way I see gaming is that there's very, very rarely is there just a shit game. It's maybe most of the time, I would say most of the time, it's possible to have a shit game. Don't get me wrong.
Sonic 06.
Duke Nukem Forever.
I'm just saying my point of view.
Piff has a list.
But I don't know. I think it's very narrow-minded to say that, oh, that game sucks. When it's just not my cup of tea. Because someone may really like that game. I know I have games that people hate. Like, my friend, she will not listen to me talk about Deadly Premonition at all. But I fucking love that game. So it's all about a matter of taste, and I think it's really like closed-minded to say this game sucks, so I'm not gonna, give it any recognition.
Yeah, it's just that was never my issue. It's just I don't want to see a hobby that celebrates gaming just becomes a promotional thing.
Right,
I want to see more the support side than the promotion.
Right. Well, that's what I'm trying to get at, though, Inferno, is that I want to support other game developers, not just one that gives me a free game. I just want to support developers in general, and to say that they gave me this game and this game sucks, I won't do anything with it. Just to give a shout out or anything, just to show support is what I'm referring to, not so much like, oh yeah, this game is great, you guys should all play it.
Hold up, but I do have a genuine question though.
Right.
So just because so anyone who emails you and says I'm an independent developer, please talk about my game, should just automatically by default get support?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying you choose to do it, but I don't know. Like I said, my brain's kind of fucked up right now, but I think it's, I don't know. I just feel like if you look at the game, I don't know where I'm going with this. I really don't.
Well, actually, you bring up a really good point, something I didn't look at before, that there's potential here, if this continues in this trend, that kind of in the same way that Kickstarters are helping to rejuvenate creativity in the gaming market and giving independent video game makers an outlet. Kickstarter programs, if anyone doesn't know what they are, it's basically publicly funded programs. So in other words, a video game company can take a risk and propose a game they want to make and have the public fund it and bypass all the high developers that would never take chances on these games. There's kind of a similarity here in the sense that this is a chance for independent game developers who don't have a lot of money to find an outlet to get the word out, to get their games out. And it can almost work in the same way as a Kickstarter, in the sense that if say someone does a Kickstarter, and they make a game, and it turns out really well, then the next time the public will really support it and throw lots of money into it and basically support them making more of these kind of games. And if the game was horrible, then they just won't throw money into it next time. In a way, this could work like that. Now, not at this level, not right now, but eventually it might work something like that, where if the games are good, if the developers are good, this is a very cheap, basically almost free way for them to be supported and get a bigger audience and a bigger following. If the game is crap and you LP it and show how horrible it is, no one's going to buy it, or at least no one that watches the LP.
Right.
That agrees with you will buy it. So it is almost a way of weeding out the bad and supporting the good.
I guess I just don't see anything inherently wrong about showing support to a game developer. I don't think that's me, kissing ass or getting a free game out of it. Obviously if it's a shit game, I think we also need to give more credit to our viewers. If they see this game and they're like, oh, well, this just looks like a bad game, then that's their point. I'm not going to be, brainwashing people into playing this game, but I don't see anything inherently wrong with showing support to a developer who worked on a game.
I don't know, Kriana, are those diamond earrings new?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? Hang on, it's a little cold in here. Let me just put on my fur coat.
Yeah. Anyways, I just want to say, I don't want to seem like I'm, the only guy here. I don't think it's inherently wrong. I'm just saying that,
right.
Caution's kind of needed.
Well, I get what you're saying. I guess it's a situational based type thing, depending on what situation you're in, how you receive the message. I know the message I received was a massive one, even though they were like, hey, Kriana, blah, 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 blah. It was obviously that it was all pre-written and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's why I haven't uploaded anything about the game, because, it never really piqued my interest. But I'm just saying in general. I don't know. I don't think I supported my argument very well, but I'm sticking to it.
No problem. I guess maybe the thing to take away is that our hobby has a long reach on how to affect and demonstrate things to people, right? And we have a kind of a responsibility in doing so. We could be just like mindless promotion machines, or we could be people who choose who to support, choose games to enjoy, and demonstrate that love and support through a video medium.
Yep.
There we go. And I think we can all agree on that.
I wasn't listening, but yes.
Of course not.
I was making some cheese puffs.
I would like to say that I would like to kind of refine my comment and look at the bad side where it is kind of like very lazily done and pretty much purely just asking for like just a handout and just randomly to like everyone.
Right. And I'm not saying that you get a handout and you should automatically like, yeah, I'll upload it, but I don't see anything inherently wrong with getting a game from a developer and showing support, regardless if it's your cup of tea or not. I mean, if it's something that might interest you and you play it for I'm also supporting the idea of it being blind and you just playing like the first 15 minutes, not even maybe 10 minutes of it. And if you want to let's play it, then go for it. If you don't, give people the option to make that decision if they want to play it for themselves or not.
That's kind of neat.
Right.
I think that's a neat idea. Like, you literally play and upload the first 15 minutes, and then from there make a choice. And in that sense, yeah, like you said, you at least give them a bit of exposure, a bit of this and that. But you can even point out, look, it wasn't my cup of tea. No.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying to be brainwashed and like, yeah, this is great. But I don't know. I'm trying to say it more clearly, but I don't know if I'm doing a great job.
It's fine.
My brain's gone.
I would say that, kind of like what Piff was saying, like if it looks like just a generic message, like,
Right.
hey, I saw your channel, I like your videos, here's this, play this game. I'm not sure if I would be as inclined to play it, because it's not that I don't expect a video game developer to court me personally, but if they don't at least make me feel like they care what I think, then they shouldn't expect me to care what they think.
Right.
Fair enough. Cool.
So yeah, I'm not trying to. I just don't want it to seem like that I'm saying to sell out and to support it, because that's
not what you've said at all. So it's all good.
Okay, good, because I'm not sure what I've said in the past 15 minutes.
No,
I'll be
trust
honest.
me, you haven't sung any sort of Willy Wonka songs. We still don't have your social security
okay, cool,
number.
Cool,
You're
good. All right, should we move on to the next topic? Anyone else?
Sure.
Yeah, the geriatric way of sharing videos.
The geriatric, yes, the mature way of sharing your videos, you crazy Let's Playing sluts, you.
No, Squee, you're the one who brought this up first.
Yes.
So why don't you set us off?
Let me go ahead and preface this with why, like I was thinking about the other day. I in a lot of LPers that I know, we don't place an enormous emphasis on getting subscribers, or let's even go more broader, views. Because I started Let's Playing to, of course, share my videos, but when I started Let's Playing, I thought 10 subscribers or 10 people watching a video was a huge achievement. And ever since that day, I've just been amazed by the numbers of people who watch it. So it's never been a huge issue of mine to grow. That's not why I LP per se. I LP to share, and I wanted to grow it first, of course, but I still would have been happy with 10 people. So, and a lot of people try to push this on new LPers, or to teach new LPers that you're not supposed to be thinking in terms of, I just need more subs. Because that's not really, what's the word to say, proper etiquette or the proper mindset to have.
Yeah, way of thinking, yeah.
Right, it's not the right way of thinking when you go into LPing. However, that being said, it doesn't mean that people won't think that. I know that we all, when we started, we would look at our subscriber count and feel that little twinge of joy when we got a new subscriber.
Oh, I'd be hypocritical to say I didn't.
Right. So once I went on the Voltron Army forums, which is a great place. It really is. And I came to the idea one day that I was like, just telling them not to worry about it isn't going to make them stop worrying about it. So almost like just telling kids to be abstinent isn't going to stop them from having sex. So why not at least teach them to do it the right way?
Okay, come here, Johnny. Let me demonstrate how to have sex the right way.
Exactly.
That might not be the best. That might not be the best comparison, Squee.
I like that analogy.
Let's just continue on. All
Keep
right.
it, Squee, I like it.
Okay, I'm going to just call the police, and you continue your situation.
Okay, but so I thought about this. I said, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Everyone's going to want more views, more subscribers, at least until they hit a certain plateau. I mean, usually people plateau out. You have 50, and beyond that, it's all gravy. But whatever. At least when you start, everyone wants more exposure. Mm-hmm. So we were gonna cover some ways to do this properly, more not morally, politely, without stepping on people's toes, without sounding obnoxious. Basically, the right way to do it if you want to be seen as someone who cares more about the LPing than the subscribers.
Yep.
Or than getting more subs. And first of all, the best way to start off is by the huge no-nos.
Yeah. Do's and don'ts.
Yeah, basically the whole. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, rate, and comment. If you give me 50 likes, I will upload more videos. Now, actually, that one might be my one exception to the rule, because if there's someone, no, because only from this perspective. If I wanted to do an LP, and I'm really not sure if others are interested in watching it, that could be a tool of saying, if you really want me to LP this, throw a like on just this video so that I can get an idea of how many people really want to see this.
No, I'm afraid I can't agree, but that's fine.
Well, that's a one exception for me, but the whole like, rate, subscribe thing, it just sounds like you're selling your body on a street corner somewhere. And it just smacks of
herpes.
You don't care about giving me a good time. You care about me increasing your sub rate.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it smacks of. Another way, even worse way to do it, is to go on other people's channels, and I still get this all the time. In fact, that you get more and more of it, the more viewers you get. Is oh my god, I love your stuff. Check out my channel. Or you don't even get that courtesy. You just get, I'm doing an LP. Check this out. Yeah. And that is, I don't mind if people ask, like, really. And of course, this has never happened. I don't think this has ever happened once where someone has sent me a PM and said, I'm a big fan. I would love to promote my LP. Do you mind if I leave a comment or something? I would not mind that whatsoever, because that's very polite. But it's never happened to me, not once. Yeah. I've had people ask me to put them on my list of LPers, but that's different.
Another don't I would suggest is don't send spam, general blanket messages to other popular LPers or just random people in general. I'm sure other people on their YouTube accounts have gotten, say, musical promotional videos from up and coming artists where they're just like, hey, you should check this out. People do that for LPs too, and that's just spam. And that will not increase your view count. That will get people to block you, because that's what I do.
Yep.
So that's a little bit of a no. Saying another thing that I'm not too crazy about is, how on YouTube there is the what is it? It's not like additional videos, but like linked videos to it. What's it? Not the recommended sidebar, but like, what is it?
Video response?
Yeah, video responses. I'm not too sure about video responses. It depends. If it's something that has to really directly do with that Let's Play, that's one way of doing it. But if it's people being like, let's say, for example, I don't know, Shogun 2 Total War, right? I'm doing a Shogun 2 Total War Let's Play. Let's do a YouTube search and find the most popular Shogun 2 video. Now I'm going to put my video as a video response to that and hope the person who owns that video either doesn't have that, has it automatically accepted, or they're going to take pity on me and accept it. And then that's pretty much, in my opinion, the same thing as going into the comments section and saying, hey, check out my channel.
It's almost worse. It's almost more brazen.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a don't for me. I have a few do's, but I figured we go through all the don'ts first. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Another big don't that I can think of is don't try or count on big LPers promoting you. It's always nice when it happens, and it will happen from time to time. I was very lucky in the sense that Tord and Variax like found me very early on and liked my stuff and promoted me, but they found me, not me finding them. You should never count on that. You should never count that, say, someone with thousands of subscribers is going to find your channel and pay attention to you and promote you, because the chances of that are just so small that most likely what you're going to do is close your door off with them forever. Because who knows, if you approach them as just a nice, likable guy, they might become friends one day. Most of them are nice people. But if you try and get them to promote your stuff, you're just going to be shutting them off.
Well,
and it's almost like trying to win the lottery.
Yeah.
And there's much more productive ways to spend your time.
Yeah. This is just a personal thing of mine, because I'm just going to turn into old man, and I'm going to wave my cane around here for a little bit. This doesn't necessarily have to do much about promotion, but just general stuff to do with your channel. I've noticed a big trend of the automatic annotation that pops up in the bottom left or bottom right-hand corner, and it's a transparent box of either your channel icon or your featured video. I don't know when that started, and I don't know when everyone came along and said, hey, this is a great idea, but I've never seen anyone actually use that. If I'm watching your video, I know where to find your channel, and I don't need something blocking off what I'm trying to watch. I don't see the purpose of it other than weird-ass promotion.
I don't mind, personally, I don't mind at the end of the video, like a link to the next video. Or
That's
just
fine.
in case, like, you have trouble finding it in the playlist, or, you know, if you want to see a previous video, those are cool, as long as they're not on the video the entire time, which I've seen people do. It's like, why do you have watch part 1 here for 15 minutes?
Yeah. Why are you blocking your video with information that can be easily found outside of the video?
Can you, Piff or Kriana, can you think of any don'ts?
I'm not quite sure about don'ts. I think you guys covered most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. But actually, I can just say it doesn't quite need to be just sharing videos. It's more just sharing content and your channel and stuff like that. There's been so many times on my streaming channel where somebody will pop in and be like, hey, I'm streaming right now. Everyone come and watch me.
Oh my god.
And then pops out. It's surprising how much that does happen.
That's just
where somebody pop up like, I'm playing the same game too.
Check
you know,
me out.
and the thing to keep in mind is that a lot of times, like, people that you kind of know and that you're kind of acquaintances with will do it kind of, I guess, because they think that now they're in the in crowd, so it's okay to do that kind of thing. It's never okay. Even as close as I am to Kriana, Piff, and Inferno, I would never go into their stream and announce my stream without personally asking them first.
Oh my god.
Because it doesn't matter how close you think you are. It's rude. Mm-hmm. It's incredibly rude. I mean, I go so far as to, if I see one of them is streaming, I won't stream myself unless we've prearranged something or we talk about it. Yeah. Because I just think it's a little bit, I mean, you know, I'm don't go too far or anything, but it's rude to steal people from someone who's already trying to do something.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so do's.
Do.
Oh, yeah, go with the do. Do the do.
I've really haven't thought of too much other than, like, if you really want to, if you're actively trying to share your account, easiest, best, and probably the most positive way you can do that is just normally comment on other people's channels. Not about your channel, not about your videos, nothing about you. You are just being part of the community. People will click on your channel, they like your comments, and actually you might actually get some views that way.
Yep.
I can't count how many channels I visited and people I found just because I enjoyed the comment they wrote. It had nothing to do with check out my stuff.
Yep. 100%.
Because you enjoy the comment, so you want to learn more about who wrote that funny or witty or clever comment.
Yep. 100%. Completely agree.
I was going to go into a method, not just like a do, but like a method you can use to help increase your views more polite, like a more polite way to do it, and a more successful way to do it would be, let's say I am a new LPer. I have, one LP up. I've got 5 subscribers. I've been doing it for 3 weeks, a month, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get more people to watch my stuff. Well, a lot of people, what they do, which is the bad stuff, is they do everything we said don't do. Another way to do it, another way to go about doing it, piggybacks right off of what Piff said, was you find someone else you enjoy. Mm-hmm. Typically, let's say Inferno's also started LP, and he has about the same subscriber count that I do. And he's doing another game that I really enjoy. I start watching his LP, and I enjoy his LP, and I start commenting on his LP. And I'm not talking about my stuff, but complimenting and critiquing and helping him with his Let's Play. It's going to make him curious, like Piff said, and want to check out my Let's Play. And then, boom. Now we have 2 people who both Let's Play, who both support each other, and now both share our audiences. And while it's not big, neither of us have thousands of subscribers right now. We both have like 5. But that's still twice what you had before. And even though all those 5 aren't going to come to your channel, it's still a larger audience. And if you do this with several people, the smaller Let's Players who are also trying to get started just like you are, and you show a genuine interest in their stuff, especially when they're small. I mean, let's face it. If someone showed a genuine interest in one of my LPs now, it gives me warm fuzzies. It always will. But I'm more used to it now than when, I don't react with the same jump for joygasm that I had when I had 5 people watching my stuff and someone showed genuine interest in it. It was different. I was much more motivated to spend more time individually with that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you do is you concentrate on other up-and-coming LPers that are around the same level as you, and you become friends with them, not just advertisers, but friends with them, and then you guys form a support group. Yeah. And that will increase your views because everyone will start sharing each other's audiences. Everyone will grow each other's audiences, and it'll grow much faster than just you out there alone in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah. One suggestion I'd offer is something that I did off in the first go, and it's extremely effective, is being a part not only of an LPR community, but a gaming community at large. Forums the appropriate forum is a fantastic way to get people to watch your stuff. I can just use a personal example. I really love the Total War games. TW Center is a great website with a great forum. I like to LP mods for those games. So I go to the mod thing and I'm like, hey, I'm doing a Let's Play. We all enjoy this mod. People post after action reports and they talk about the game. I'm like, well, here's me playing the game. Let me know what you think and about the mod and the whole thing. And you get a ton of people who share your exact same interest. You're targeting the right audience, right? They're people who share your interest in that particular game. It's how I got started. Because I'm so huge now. No, not really. No, but it's how I got started, and it's how larger people like Jeff Major. He just he was just a guy who hung around a few gaming forums, and he just made videos for the fun of it. Grimmeth got started the same way. So I mean, that's always a very good route to take.
I was going to say this should be mentioned just in case there's some confusion. A good thing to do is to promote your LPs in places designated to promote new LPs. There's nothing wrong. For example, our forums, the Please Select Your Podcast or Please Select Your Let's Play forums, has a section. Actually, it's a section for this podcast, the Please Select Your Podcast, where we encourage people to say, hey, I just started this LP, come check it out, tell me what you think. That's completely fine. That's okay because that's what that area is designed for. That is completely different than going to someone's channel and doing it, because it's kind of like parking in a no parking zone or in a parking space. There's a place.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, there's a time and place for it. And you find some of those. Voltron Army is one. Our forum is another. There's a time and a place for those where everyone not only won't mind, but enjoy. And actually will commonly use those to find new LPs to watch.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah. God, I had one in my mind, and I can't think of what it is now.
Corinne, are you still with us, or did you escape into the depths of your mind?
Yeah.
Maybe we should call this episode quits soon.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Hi.
Quick, walk this line. Touch your nose.
I feel like the biggest ass right now because I didn't know I had subscribers until I saw that I had 300 because I'm really stupid. So I'm trying to think of like ways what I did in the past that would be like promoting myself. And I mean, I'm sure I did something, maybe talking to a friend and being like, "Oh yeah, check out this video I did," or something like that, but I don't know. My mind's just like gone. It's so far gone. Goodbye.
Well, I remember just like seeing you when you still had maybe 100 or 200 subscribers, and I don't really think you needed to promote yourself. You were so happy-go-lucky and spastic, and I think the spastic was a big part of it.
Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, just make videos, like just make them.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I could say that would be, I guess, to promote yourself is to be very adamant on uploading videos and not like upload like one video, then wait like a couple weeks and then upload another one. Just be very consistent. Right now, what I'm doing, and it's not so much to get views or subscribers, but mostly so I don't get overwhelmed, is that I upload a bunch of videos and then I release them daily. And that's mainly so I don't get overwhelmed with, like, so I can give myself time to say, okay, I have a week before I need to start Let's Playing again. I can take a break and I can go at my own pace versus uploading, like, 15 videos in one day and then waiting, like, a month or two before I upload something else.
I have just recently switched to that format as well, and it's working wonderfully.
And, well, and when you're a pretty established YouTuber, you get this thing where you can actually make schedules and like put down a schedule and have your videos released at a certain time, and you don't have to worry about it. I know it's funny. I get like I kept on getting this comment from this this person saying like hey, I need you to answer this message for me, and then I uploaded a video that was scheduled, and they're like, why didn't you answer my message yet? Because you just uploaded this video. I wasn't there when I uploaded it. It was just scheduled.
Yeah. Yeah, things are scheduled. You can schedule things now.
But no, it is really useful. I know right now with the new channel I have, they don't give you that option, and I'm not sure if that's just they have to wait a certain amount of time. But it is a really useful option, and I really recommend it. It's a good way of organizing yourself. But I digress. So the next one is let's see, types of games matching your Let's Playing style. Ryan Styles.
Okay. So Squig, you brought this one up as well. So maybe
yes. Yeah. Okay. Let me try and not talk forever like I've been doing. Basically, the idea is that there are certain games out there that I wouldn't say require, but tend to lean towards certain styles of Let's Play commentary.
Yep.
I would say an extremely skilled Let's Player could probably mash any type of commentary with any type of game and make something that works. But on average, for example, a good example is that a lot of Total War commentaries tend to be less jokes and laughs. I mean, there's jokes and laughs there, but it's much more analysis, much more like the Let's Play commentary is much more, here's what I want to do, here's what I think this should do, here's how I think we should beat this guy, and much less, oh my god, this spider's hitting me in the face, you know, and so there's a different style of Let's Playing to it, and I thought it would be kind of neat to touch on what games lend towards what style, and it would help maybe new LPers who, for example, I want to be a new LPer, and I have a certain style of commentary. Like I think I'm kind of witty. Like I'm good at making jokes up off the cuff and reacting to things that happen in the game in funny ways. So maybe I should look at these kind of games for that commentary as opposed to those kind of games.
Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. This sounds like the goddamn Squeen Inferno show. Oh, you know what? I have something I'd like to say, but Piff, Kriana, if you want to go ahead, go ahead.
Why can't it be the Inferno Squeak show?
Piff, come on, let's go make our own podcast. Who needs them? It'll just be like silence. It'll be 30 minutes of nothing, maybe a cough here and there, but that's about it.
So,
I mean,
you do LPs?
Well, before Inferno starts talking, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna make it very succinct.
I'm kidding. I know. But I think also to keep in mind, I mean, I'm not really saying anything specific here, but also, Let's Players, you know, as far as adaptability as well, where you could also be categorized into like multiple things, where you can be quick, you know, witty and funny. You could also be, you know, very logical, and I think Inferno is really good at, you know, going between those two lines of being very witty, being very quick and funny, versus also being very logical. So I think, you know, as a Let's Player, you're not just defined as one thing. You can be multiple.
I like you, Kriana.
I'm a kiss ass. No, but I'm serious. It's
Yeah.
And you know, we all have that sort of quality. I'm just saying that as far as if we're defining it a bit clearer. I mean, I guess as you Let's Play, for newer Let's Players, you'll begin to kind of feel and say, well, maybe this game really isn't my commentating. Like, I don't know. I can't. There's certain very, very popular Let's Players. We won't name any names, but then PewDiePie. I'm sorry, Bro Army, don't attack me, PewDiePie. But regardless if you like him or not, watching him play a very serious game, I feel, takes away from the game, and you can't enjoy it as much because you can't take the time to revel in the serious moments.
Yeah. Like someone that plays Dragon Age Origins but doesn't take anything seriously and just throws like your mama and that girl's hot jokes everywhere.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to add, like, real quick, sorry, that I think that it's easier to find games that fit your commentary style than to find commentary styles that fit the game.
Right.
You know, as an LPer.
Well, and I know what, for me, mostly it was when I played with friends is kind of what I mean, I guess this was unconsciously, but when I played with friends and how I'd commentate with them really applies to how I commentate with Let's Playing. So that's something to keep in mind too, like what certain games you play with your friends, if you all gather around to play like the new Mass Effect or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No. It was, you had the floor, so to speak.
I had the floor, and did I say, oh god, I can't even remember what I just fucking said. Did I make sense? Okay, good.
God,
you're good. You said some very nice things about me, so we're good.
I did, damn it. Yeah. I mean, no, that's great.
You fool.
Wait, I thought she was talking about Piff.
Alright, so before I go off on my rant, Piffy.
Okay, so I'm gonna go against whatever Squee said.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay.
When
Okay.
He said that when he said the person that's making the LPs can't really have a specific genre and have a type to it, I think there is. There's specific ways that you can emphasize certain aspects of certain genres of games. Such as, let's just say, a horror game. To emphasize horror, you might not actually want a audible commentary. You might want that as just text. So the atmosphere of the game can really shine through.
Interesting.
Well, and Pip,
Wait, I'm confused. How is this not what I said?
I don't know, but
I almost could have sworn you said to focus on like the person's personality and then have games fit with that instead of have the game fit with the personality.
No. I simply said it is easier when starting out to find games that fit your personality than to change your personality to fit a game.
Okay.
But
I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's easier.
Okay.
Well, I was just gonna say that with Piff too, Piff has always been about letting the game shine through. That we as commentators, that's all that we need to enhance the game and not cover it up.
Distract.
Right, and I agree with that completely. I mean, I think Piff is a lot more strict than I am because I'm a loosey goosey. But I think
can I please have your number?
Inferno.
I gave you four of my number.
I gave you my social security number. You can become me. I'm sorry, I just broke something. Oh my god, what am I doing? Why did I break this?
You broke my heart. That's what you broke. All right. Anyway.
Is it? Oh my god, I just ripped
At least
this
it wasn't
thing
anything
in
important.
half. It was my nail filer. I broke my nail filer. I was doing my nails while we were talking. Okay, I'm getting... someone else talk.
Okay, I will talk. Don't worry, I will come to the rescue. Now, I just want to pre-emphasize this. I'm only saying this because we're very good friends. We know each other for a long time. I'm not going to use a strong language, but I am 100% against everything that you said, Squee.
Yay!
Only because for new Let's Players, there should be only one thing that makes you pick your game, what you want to play, is what do you enjoy playing. There is no, in my opinion, let me there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Forget your personality. Forget how you're going to represent yourself. Forget all of that bullshit. What you should be focusing on is, hey, I love this game, and I'm going to show the world how much I love this game. Your personality, your commentary style, your editing style, that all comes afterwards. If you're not enjoying the game, if you're not crazy about the game, if you don't have this incredible urge to show the world how much you love this fucking game, then there's no reason why you should be LPing, and there's no reason why you should select any other game. The reason, in my opinion, the reason, like Krana, you said, like, I approach games different. Like, when I play a strategy game, I'm not cracking wise. When I'm playing LA Noire, though, I am cracking wise like crazy.
My hat!
And that's because different games have different tactics in which you approach them. But that doesn't mean I have to now only play these particular games. I only typically play RPGs and roleplay and strategy games because that doesn't suit my commentary style. It's because I fucking love those games, and that's what should be the sole determiner of it.
I agree with you on that part, and I should preface it, but I think you're being a little harsh in the sense that
that's why I said, listen, we're still friends. I love you.
Not harsh to me, but harsh to the LPer, saying that if you don't absolutely love this game and have a passion for this game, you shouldn't LP.
Well, no, I shouldn't say you shouldn't LP. I mean, you shouldn't LP the game.
Well, because there's lots of people who have come to me and said, I really want to Let's Play, but I really don't know what to Let's Play. Like, I really want to try Let's Playing, and there's 100 games I love and would like to show, but I don't know what to start with. I don't know which one I want to do first. It's not like where me, when I started Let's Playing, I knew what I was going to Let's Play. I knew exactly what I was going to Let's Play. Not everyone's like that. There's lots of people out there who have, say, 10 games that they all want to Let's Play, but they just don't know which one to do.
And roll a D10.
In that situation, then I would say my advice could apply. However, I would say that what you said should trump my advice if it's applicable.
All right, fair enough. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, what got me into Let's Playing is I watched someone else do a Total War LP, and I thought to myself, that looks really fun. I bet I could do it.
Same here.
I really like this game. I really love this game too. I want to, put my spin on it. That was the thing. So, I would, when it comes to choosing games, like I said, make a short list of six games that you love and you think that you can really, you can do it, and you'll have fun doing it, and it'll be great. And then just roll a d6. If you can't determine between a few of them, I mean, if you all equally love them as much, then it shouldn't matter which one you pick, right?
What about in this situation? Let's say you have 6 that you equally love. Then in that situation, then what is wrong with saying, I think this one of the 6 might fit my commentary
I was
style.
about to say that.
How? No, here's a question. How do you know you have a commentary style at this point?
Well,
You've never done it before.
You've commentated when you play a game in the past. I mean, well, not like for an audience, because whenever you first start Let's Playing, we all know that we all are shy and we're a bit quiet. But I think you have enough self-awareness that you're like, I think this is probably what I would do given this situation in this type of game. I think you can make that assessment.
When I started LPing, I can't say that I had a defined personality as an LPer,
Right.
but I knew the kind of LP I was going to do. I knew that I was going to be making wisecracks about Kelly Chambers.
I mean, you knew how you were going to approach the LP.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I knew basically when I started Mass Effect 2, I knew that I was going to be more comedic commentary than serious commentary. And most people, I would think, have at least an idea of what style of commentary they want to approach their first LP with.
All right, but I would argue that you could do a serious LP of Mass Effect and a funny LP of Mass Effect.
You could, but which one are you more comfortable with?
Well, whatever you're comfortable with. Like, once again, if you're coming, no. Just a second. You said you're saying you should pick particular games based on your personality, how you comment on it. I'm arguing that it doesn't matter. You can approach any game with any of those ways and still find success because you're still LPing it. You're still demonstrating the game you love. I could make if I was a major wisecracky guy, I could make wisecracks on my first LP of Rome Total War or Call of Cthulhu or whatever, right?
And I stated at the beginning that is absolutely true, but that most games tend to work better with
Fuck that. I don't care which games tend to. It's whatever you like to do, in my opinion. Sorry.
I'm with you. I understand.
I'm done. I'm
I
sorry.
understand.
That's why I had to warn
You're a very passionate man, and that's the thing.
I was gonna say Inferno's a little row tonight.
I don't know what the fuck is about this idea, but some reason I've just gotten really geared up about it. I have to buckle up my ass.
Actually, Inferno, I know exactly what it is. It's not a bad thing. It's that in your personality, in your style of gaming, and your passion as a gamer, you don't have a whole lot of indecisiveness.
That's true, I don't.
You know what you want, and you know how you want it.
And I'm gonna take it. You watch out, Grant. I'm taking what I want.
Oh my god! What? I was not paying attention until that.
Watch out your face!
Jesus Christ.
So, other types of games and how you should approach them.
Oh my god.
Maybe in RPGs, you might want to cut out some of the grinding.
Someday we should show everyone what we type during these podcasts.
We should.
Christ.
We say the craziest things to each other through typing that you guys will never see.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh god. Anyway, I'm so sorry.
No, you know what? There's nothing to be sorry about. I think that diversity is a great thing, and adversity makes a podcast better. I mean, who wants to listen to a podcast where we all go, "Yep, I agree."
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I know. I just have to work on the way I approach it, because I've noticed there's a tendency. There's certain issues I get really worked up with. I just kind of go, and then I start to get really sharp and loud and angry, and it's
I will say
hilarious.
That I can't speak for anyone else, but Piff can vouch for me personally on this. You never have to worry about that with me. I know you and Piff and Kriana well enough to know that you're getting passionate about the argument and not upset at me. So personally, you never have to worry about getting like that with me because I understand the difference.
Well, yeah. I'll never digress to a personal attack. It's not that. It's just...
This has been a moment with Please Select Your Podcast.
The more you know. Da-na-na-na.
Crazy people and your Zeds.
Always, do we have anything else to talk about this?
We have one more topic, and that is kind of going with being passionate. A passionate lover, I might add. Inferno, wink. No, I'm kidding. Inferno and I are not dating, or are we?
No.
So
bowling much?
The next topic is criticizing games while you're playing it.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
and that could also go with your playing style. I know some people, when they play games, I hear this all the goddamn time. People just get so into the game and then they just start ripping on it, and it's constant negativity.
So I'm gonna drop a bomb on this. Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm.
You all went through it. I'm almost positive. At least Creon and Squee did. When you went so far into the game and you're enjoying it, and then that ending happened.
Oh, I went through.
Well, that's not okay. I should preference what this topic, because it's more specific than that.
Yeah.
This topic is more specific than that. I'm not saying that you can't go on a rant at the end game. In fact, what I like the way we handled it, where after the LP was over, we went on a rant, is actually a much better way to do it.
I agree.
What this topic is more about is when you're playing through a game. And I, again, hate to drop names because I actually do really enjoy Togoff, but he's a perfect example sometimes. I have seen him LP some games where it's almost like 50% of that LP is him complaining about something in the game. Mm-hmm. And it's not as fun to listen to. If you really have that many problems with the game and hate it that much, stop LPing it.
Yeah.
Or save it
in the first place.
Or save it for a rant in between videos. Now, and I've seen him do this before, and I actually love when he does this. You can upload a rant video that's not a part of your LP that people have the option to watch. But the thing is, let's take an example, and I'm not saying Togoff. I don't know. This isn't anyone I've seen per se. I'm just saying this. Let's say I'm playing Mass Effect 3. Ranting about the ending isn't the problem. Ranting, like, while I'm playing the game, every 5 minutes is, God, I really wish they let you change your armor sooner. Oh, I hate these guns. Oh, man, I wish I could do this and that. Everyone has that. Everyone in every LP has moments like that where they talk about their disappointments. Mm-hmm. But there are some people that do it in such an excess that you feel like all they're doing is whining.
It's not let's play, it's let's bitch.
Well, and to kind of talk about that, how you were saying to separate videos, to kind of have a nerd rant versus your let's play, and that's also really nice, because sometimes I know in my Mass Effect 3 let's play towards the end, I get very quiet, and a lot of people wanted to be like, well, what are your thoughts on the game? Did you like it? Did you like the ending? Well, do you hate it so much that you just don't even want to talk about it? And to kind of give them the option that those who do want to hear it, who do want to know what your points are, you can give it to them, but they have the option to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fine line to walk, because most people watch LPs because they want to know your views and opinions. That's why they're watching you experience the game as opposed to experiencing the game for themselves.
Or just watching a generic walkthrough.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that very few people want to see a let's play where all you do is harp about how bad the game is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say if you're doing that, you shouldn't be LPing that game at all. And if that is your style, you might just want to just go into reviews-rants.
Right.
Because LPing is not the right medium for you.
One exception I can think of is Piff's Bad Game Roulette. Where
that's like a streaming thing.
Right. But the thing is, like, if you did an LP like that, like, if you go into this under the assumption that this game is going to be bad and we are going to be complaining and riffing on this game, that's different, because at least then you know what you're getting into. Mm-hmm. You're like, I mean, like, for example, Piff, and I know that you look at LPs differently, but if you had, LP'd Sonic 06, right? And gone into this saying, look, I'm going to LP this game, and I want you to know right now, it's pretty bad, and we are going to complain a lot about it and have a good time doing it. Almost like our movie night thing.
Right.
Our movie night thing, people watch it because they expect us to do that, but most people don't watch LPs with that same assumption.
Yeah.
I would most likely not have it in the same format, because I'd rather not showcase. I would do pinpoints. I would do like cuts in between things. I would have it like titled differently, like what I did with the short cuts of Sonic 06 of like why I hate Sonic 06.
Yeah.
I have like 16 parts of that, but
It's sorry, go ahead, Squee.
No, I was just saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think maybe the tendency to drift towards the constant negativity is kind of it's kind of popular if you look at like the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Angry Joe Show and all these angry review type shows where people just blast it. I mean, it can be really entertaining, right?
The Irate Gamer?
Yeah, the Irate Gamer and all of those other horrible knockoffs. But once again, those are rant videos. Those are review videos, right?
Right.
And, like, a Let's Play is to feature the game, and that's not to say that these games are infallible. You must love every single moment of them and cherish them like they're your firstborn child. No. If there's something silly or inconsistent in it, talk about it. But the question is just tact. It's a question of length and enjoyment, because I'm a firm believer of attitudes are contagious. And if you are just going to be constantly negative and snarky, you're going to get negative and snarky comments. Like, yeah, you know, don't be surprised when, you know, people don't like your video because you don't like the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's always a danger when blind LPing. I mean, that is always a huge danger when blind LPing, especially if you're like me and you feel like, okay, I've been lucky that I've never had something quite this bad, but if I start an LP, I feel like I need to finish the LP. Yeah. And with the risk you run with blind LPs, if the game turns out horrible, you run into this, I really hate this game, but I really feel like I need to finish it. And I think the cutoff point should be, if you record an episode and find that during that episode you almost completely did nothing but complain, maybe you should just stop. or I mean, that's my personal thing. I'm not telling that's what people should do, right. But well, you've got to determine a limit.
Right, and well, I do a lot of blind LPing too. I prefer it to Let's Playing games I know about, but there have been games that I started blind LPing and I'm like, you know, this really just isn't my cup of tea. And usually you can just tell it's just not fun. And so I mean, I don't have the same mentality as you do where I have to finish it. And you don't sound like that, but for some reason that's a voice I went to. So I apologize, Squee. You have a lovely voice.
I wish I did sound like that. That'd be awesome.
Hey guys, Squee Night 13 here. No,
but would you like a Big Mac?
And there's nothing wrong with stopping a Let's Play if you're really not enjoying it. I mean, people will be disappointed, but that's life.
Let's Plays, I just had to do one.
I'd rather have a short, honest LP than a long, hated LP.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Want to get cynical or bitter. Or... Is cynical the word to use in that?
No, bitter. Negative.
Bitter's good, better.
Ornery. I like ornery because
I thought you said horny.
Exactly. That's why I like the word ornery. Well,
is that it? Did it just end? Did the
podcast
just end at that moment?
It's a topic about how great I am, but it seems to be crossed out for some reason. I don't.
You know,
cross it out even more.
It's been so long since we've done this. I can't remember how we end these LPs.
Well, let me help. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, please post in the Please Select Your Podcast forum, or contact any one of us through YouTube asking a question, and we will try to answer it for you in the best possible way. Check out the forums if you're not familiar with them. The link will be in the description. And I'm your host. Bye.
And always buy your books with cash because you don't want the government knowing what you read.